another Eurovision review. Tel Aviv 2019. This one, Belarus. Their song this year is called Like It, performed by a pretty young thing called Senna. Belarus is difficult because they have sent some, well, they've sent some clunkers over the years, but they've also sent some really cool songs, but one cannot, actually root for them to win, because then the contest would have to actually go to Belarus, and it's a dictatorship, and we shouldn't support that type of thing, etc., etc. But let's say they did win, which they won't with the song, but if they did at some point, perhaps the European Brotherhood would convince them of the error of their ways, but it's probably not them, it's probably mostly their dictator. That's probably the main reason why they're a dictatorship, so yeah. So anyway, I have my point in all of this is that I have mixed feelings towards Belarus in the Eurovision Song Contest, but I'm happy that they get to participate. One of my all-time favorite songs was their entry in 2007. This one doesn't quite rank with that one, I gotta say, but it is one of the catchier songs this year. The singer is pretty, sings just fine, dancing. It's a catchy song, and it's, I said when I reviewed the Spanish entry that I think it's important if an entry makes it look like people in the arena are having fun. It gets them up on their feet, gets them dancing, enjoying themselves, and that translates through the TV screen, and people watching at home tend to pick up on that. There are very few songs this year that can make that happen. Spain is one of them, and I think maybe this entry may also be one. There's not a lot of competition on that score this year, but this is definitely catchy. It's a dancey kind of pop tune, kind of fast. So again, it's hard to say because you can't really, you can't compare this to the best of all worlds. You have to compare it to what it's fighting against, what it's up against, which is the rest of the lineup, and the rest of the lineup this year isn't super strong. There's a lot of songs that aren't very catchy, or perhaps not at all catchy. But this one kind of is. It gets a little repetitive towards the end because it's a lot of the same, but it has a pretty good beat. You could, if you had a few drinks, you could get up and dance to this. And yeah, I wouldn't necessarily expect to like this as much as I do, because it's not necessarily my type of music. Like, yeah, it's hard to explain, but I prefer the more dramatic entries in the contest. But again, this weak-ass lineup, I would not be surprised to see this go through from the semi, and I would not be surprised to see that this gets people up and dancing in the arena and at home. So good luck to Belarus, although, of course, as usual, I hope you don't win. Sorry.